Do not summon the Midnight Man, but if you must, here's how. This is the Midnight Game Challenge explained. What's going down, Mouse Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Creepiest with me, your host Morty Mouse. I've suddenly become super interested in these creepy internet challenges and learning more about how they work and where they come from. What's the truth behind these viral challenges? Now, I will say this, I don't recommend any of you trying these challenges at home. And if you do, don't say I didn't warn you. Now, the Midnight Game is supposedly an ancient pagan Dark Ages ritual that was used to punish rule breakers, lawbreakers, blasphemes, and pretty much anyone who disobeyed the gods. But before we get to the specifics of how you play the game, I want to talk a little bit about why you shouldn't. Now, the Midnight Man isn't just some malevolent spirit. He's one of the big bads, a pagan god. And I can't tell you what happens when you play because it's different for everyone. It depends on the time of the year you play it. It depends on where you play it. It depends on your zodiac sign and where the stars are currently aligned. And there are a ton of other variables. The main goal of the game is to continuously move around your home through the darkness, hoping not to be caught by the Midnight Man. If you stop moving, he will catch you. And when he does, well, prepare for tortures, including hallucinations of your greatest fears, mental scarring, or worse. The removal of each and every single one of your organs, one by one, starting with your eyes. How do you know if he's near, you ask? The usual ways to tell if an entity is near: drops in temperature, disembodied voices, or a shadow in the darkness. There is one major way of knowing if he is near, but I'll get to that in just a second. So what do you need to play? At least one player. If there are multiple players, each one needs to fulfill their own ritual. Now we're gonna start with the most important thing that you're gonna need. Salt. Just trust me on that. A candle, a lighter. Do not use matches. You can, but I do not recommend it. A pen or pencil, a piece of paper, a closed wooden door, and something to prick yourself with. A safety pin or needle will work. Once you have all your supplies, you're going to want to give yourself some time before midnight to prepare. Midnight is when the game begins. Number 1, write your full name on a piece of paper in its entirety. No nicknames. Number 2, prick your finger and allow the blood to stain and soak into the piece of paper. Number 3, turn off every single light in your home. All of them. Number 4, place the paper with your name and blood in front of a closed wooden door. Number 5, light your candle using your match or lighter. Once again, I'm telling you, use an easy light lighter. Number 6, place the candle on the piece of paper. Number 7, at 11:59 p.m., begin to knock exactly 22 times, with the final knock occurring at exactly midnight. Number 8, open the door. Number 9, blow out the candle. And number 10, close the door and relight your candle right away.
The game officially begins.
The key to winning this game is to A, make sure that you are not caught by the Midnight Man, of course, and B, doing so without having to use a salt circle for protection. If you make it to 3:33 a.m. without having to have used the salt, then you win. The best strategy is to keep moving and make sure that your candle is continuously lit. Once it goes out, you're only gonna have 10 seconds to relight it. And if it isn't relit within those 10 seconds, then the Midnight Man will have you, and you know what happens next. If the Midnight Man is close and you realize that you're not going to be able to relight that candle, immediately create a circle of salt around you for protection and wait within it until 3:33 a.m. Once 3:33 hits, you're safe to go to bed, and the Midnight Man will leave you alone, at least for that night. Because once you allow any sort of demonic entity free, it's hard to send back to where it came from. So make sure you're always prepared. Or better yet, just don't play. Always remember that once the game begins, you can't stop playing. You can't turn on any lights. This includes flashlights. You can't leave your home, and absolutely do not piss off the Midnight Man. Don't do it. Don't make him mad. It's not worth it. Once again, my advice, just don't play this game. Not unless you want an evil entity as your roommate. What do you guys think? Is this game the real deal or just another spooky internet urban legend? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. As always, I'm your host, Morty Mouse. I'll see you later, or I'll see you on the other side.
Monsters, 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 monsters,